Hello, and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdix Dave. Tonight I'm joined by all these fine nerds, and we are going to be playing some Ether Skies based off our D666 system. We are in alpha test, so you guys are seeing the very first run through of it. The Ether Skies setting we've used several times on the channel. With that, before I jump in, just you can follow everybody online. There are links in the description down below. Go follow them in the fun way, not the creepy way. And with that, let's jump into it. We had our session 4 Enter the Preacher recap. Haven is a city of layers, but the deeper you go, the more layers start to bleed together. Last time, the mostly contained squad followed a trail of oily sludge and frantic whispers into the West Valve Junction. You navigated a maze of pulsing green fungus and vibrating pipes, guided by Lucian's ethermantic senses and Snaggle's tracking skills. A chance encounter with a family of tunnel scrappers, but as you passed them, something shifted. The little girl who mimics the rhythmic clicking of gears stopped her machine noises. Instead, she began a sickly low frequency humming, the exact haunting chant of the cultists you were hunting. You didn't have time to stop. You reached the old steam vent just as the preacher was unchaining the iron-bound book. The rescue was a blur of violence and desperation. Snaggle went feral, biting the preacher's wrist to buy time, while Rook and Lucian braved a barrage of corrupted flintlock that punched through armor like wet paper. Seraphe turned the cult's own fanatics against them, dominating the minds of minions, only to watch the preacher execute them and twitch their corpses back to life with a single word. You managed to pull a gray-skinned, semi-conscious Jeremiah from the blood-alloy chair. But the victory tasted like soot as the heavy vault door slammed shut, driven by Seraphe's telekinetic power. Prying you away from the preacher's mocking smile, the silence of the tunnels felt wrong. Jeremiah's safe for now, but he's changed. And as you put distance between yourselves and the works, Pip's humming echoes in your ears, reminding the cult isn't just taking people, they're rewriting the very rhythm of the city. Mostly contained, you're back in the mid-decks with a traumatized witness and a growing list of questions. What's your first move?
Do all of our cases, handle this weird?
This is the weirdest by far, so far.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to get a vibe of, what it is that we do and deal with. Uh,
And in case you guys did not catch that, the little girl with that family, you didn't realize it until afterwards, but she was humming the chant that the cultists
yeah,
had been using.
I didn't catch it last week, but I definitely heard it this time. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So,
What do you guys want
how
to do?
when?
Last you had mentioned you wanted to drag Jeremiah to Lonnie to see if he could help.
Yeah, let's go with that course. I mean, he's okay, right? He's not, wounded, not really.
No, he's not wounded physically, other than being roughed up a little bit from when he was taken. Mostly, the starting of the ritual has done something to him. They didn't complete it, but also he's not back to himself the way he was before.
So, Sarah Faye, is that something that you can do? Can you like touch his mind and see if he's okay?
Um, Let me see if I'm that kind of elf.
Well, you're
I can
psychic,
heal
right?
physical wounds. Yeah, I can heal
I mean, like,
physical wounds and insanity.
yeah, I think that might be the rub of it.
We're thinking
Can you
insanity.
can you touch his mind and see if he's okay or if he's bothered by whatever is transpired?
Yeah, I can give it a go.
Do you're not a telepath, you're an empath, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say like um kind of leaning into that, you're getting the emotions off of him,
Okay.
and you know you're dealing with someone that has been very traumatized in a very short uh period of time. You don't know, you kind of get the feeling that whatever was done to him might be beyond your psychic surgery ability,
Okay.
and
So
it
we got
might
to
be
get him
more
to that other
dangerous
elf.
for you to go in blind and just attempt it.
Okay. I will relay that information. He's seen some shit.
Yeah, so he's kind of like moving with you guys, but he's kind of like muttering to himself under his breath, and he doesn't, his eyes don't seem to be focusing on anything particular, and he might be drooling a little bit.
I guess now's a good time to ask then, how does the system treat resting? And specifically, like, is there like exhaustion or something if we're like not gonna rest tonight?
So, after a combat, you can basically do first aid on yourselves and regain a wound.
Okay.
If you're down 5 or more wounds, you can remove the wounds, but removing the ongoing condition actually was going to require actual rest, medical treatment, or an ability or power that heals.
Okay.
Generally between missions, you generally will heal up completely, but you guys have been kind of going nonstop.
Okay. Well then I will lick my wounds so I can get rid of my wound. But otherwise, like, we're taking him to the elf or to the herbalist.
You guys last time had mentioned the elf.
Okay. So, I guess Snaggle might ask, Seraphine, like, why elf? Why not dwarf? Because he didn't meet the elf.
The elf knows about the cult things.
Sounds
He knows
bad.
about the rituals. Well, he kind of like predicted this kind of magic used. He knew about old magic, where the dwarf knows about machines.
Oh. So, if he knows about old magic, he is part of cult?
No. No, he tried to warn of cult, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Or bad things.
Okay. Just like pull his hood a little bit more, just like, because he's uncomfortable because somebody got hurt. So.
All right, so you guys gonna just drag him along like this, or are you guys gonna do anything in particular? I mean, you could. I mean, you're the watch. No one's gonna really give you a hard time.
So, like, is he really out of it? Like, are we like literally dragging him along, carrying him, or can he?
No,
Does
he like is following simple directions, but almost like on a subconscious level.
Is there anyone within the watch that we can take him to first to see if there's something that could be done for him?
I mean, they probably have a physician they work with. Standard medicine. But if it's something that Seraphe can't do with her psychic surgery is probably, there's a good chance it's going to be beyond the ye old doctor. Like they would probably be able to make him comfortable, maybe give him some drugs or some medicine to calm him down and sedate him. But as far as actually treating the problem, maybe not. I mean, this is definitely not normal, and you guys are used to dealing with more weird stuff, and this is the weirdest you guys have dealt with thus far.
I
Aside from
really don't
Brooke,
feel.
Brooke has got some traumatic things in his past, so
I just don't really feel comfortable dragging this dude around. I mean, if he's not with it, I really don't know like what this elf is gonna do or say. Like, can we take him back to Ra and see if maybe just like being near his friend, will get him out of what's going on?
sure, you can take him back to the precinct.
Oh, I
if
mean,
you-
I'm speaking, to the party about,
Okay.
about all. Um, like normally Lucian is very like, haughty and whatever have you, but like there's something about, these kids that have, making him like less. I don't know.
So, I guess a couple questions. Is Jeremiah catatonic?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
He's catatonic, but in a sense where like if you nudge him to walk in a direction, he walks under his own accord.
Is it
But like if you leave him, he'll just stand there.
so is it like he's suggestible, but not necessarily like making a choice?
Yes.
Okay. So then, next question. I thought there was a dwarf that was involved with plants too, that we saw.
No, the botanist was a human.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I don't know.
The dwarf was Raz, that's your handler.
Yes, so there's Roz, and then there was the dwarf with the mechanical arm that was in the
Yep,
machines.
the gear right.
And I thought there was a third dwarf that was plants.
Jeremiah is a dwarf. So that would be 3 dwarves. You have the right number of dwarves.
Just the wrong assignment of personalities.
Right.
Okay.
Jeremiah is one of the dead enders that was clearly a Thracis or Petracus sailor at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, he's wearing an old naval uniform.
Okay. So he's like a grizzled old man.
Looks like it, but also a dwarf. So,
Mm-hmm.
how do you know the difference?
That's valid. Okay. So I guess I suggested we see the wrong person then. Because I was thinking of the plant guy.
She's the botanist, and also like she's not an herbalist, she's a botanist, right? So like the difference being like she knows plants, so she probably does understand like healing properties of different plants and stuff, but that's not like her thing.
Okay.
She just studies flora
Gotcha.
with a specialty in fungus.
Gotcha. So this elf is kind of our only choice.
I'm thinking we need to unritual him. Whatever ritual happened, we need to know the steps to either undo it or mitigate it. And unfortunately, that is the only person who is going to be remotely friendly if we choose to go this route. Because it's not like we can ask the cultists to undo what they did.
Sure, and I don't have a problem taking him there, but I don't want to basically be pushing this mindless, kid through all of town to get to this elf. Well, how far away is the precinct versus where we are now versus to where this elf is?
Probably the precinct is closer than hitting up the restaurant district where Lonnie hangs out.
So, like, is anyone opposed to taking him back to Ra first and seeing, whether his friend is going to be able to snap him out of it? One would be nice for Ra to see that, hey, we went and saved your friend, like we said.
No, I think you got a good point, Lucian. It would also help with Raw.
Yeah.
to see that we did get Jeremiah, make him feel a little better. But I also agree, Seraphine's probably right that we really need an expert in this situation to figure out what's wrong with him.
Yeah. But Jeremiah's also not a kid. Like, they're friends, but Raul's a kid and Jeremiah's not, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Yeah. I mean, he's at least a middle-aged dwarf.
Okay.
But he's had
All right,
such a hard life. Like, he could be like a young adult and just shot out, or he could just be as old and grizzled as he looks.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure about, because I don't know how ages work as much in the setting. Because, like, I'm a kobold, but I thought at one point I heard, like, kobolds get maturity at, like, 7 or something.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're like fruit flies.
Yeah, so, like, I'm probably, like, 8.
They mature. Kobolds mature fast, but they don't live as long. Yeah, dwarves, you know, live a few hundred years. You know, elves can live up to 500 years. Everybody else, well, gnomes are probably like, you know, a couple hundred as well. And then you have humans, and anybody else would be, you know, right around 100 years, give or take. So yeah, so you guys swing by the precinct, and of course, like as you go through precinct 31, you know, heading towards the Screaming Night Commandos kind of quadrant of the precinct, everyone gives you guys a wide berth, and you're getting like strange looks, you know, due to Jeremiah's look and appearance. He's a little unsettling, even to the watch who's used to dealing with, you know, the underbelly of the city, if you would. Raw has been set up in one of the interrogation rooms where he's kind of like being set up with some like food and drink, and you know, someone has apparently brought him like a quill and some ink and some paper and some other like toys to kind of keep him occupied. It's kind of like your chief didn't really know what to do with him.
All right, so
but
what does Ross say when, you know, we, you know, bring him and Jeremiah back together?
So as soon as you open the door and you guys come in, he kind of lights up. At first he wasn't really paying too much attention. You can see that he's kind of been like letting go a little bit, you know, a little less wary. He's feeling a little safer here. And then immediately when he sees you guys, he perks up, and then as he sees you guys bring Jeremiah in, he kind of bounds from the chair he was sitting in over to you, and then pulls up all of a sudden because he immediately notices Jeremiah's state. Well, what's wrong with him?
That's what we need to figure out, but we wanted to just bring him here and let you know that we got him.
Oh, can you help him? He doesn't look right.
They had already begun trying to change him like they did with the others. We managed to stop it. We have a contact that we're planning to go to next.
Change him like the others. What did they do to the others?
It was bad.
His eyes grow wide. You know, his one brown eye, one blue eye, like the size of saucers in his face now. How bad?
Well, I don't want to give you the details, but all you need to know is we saved his life. Now I think we need to save his mind.
Snaggle
No.
will hug him and say, "Worse than Newt."
Worse than Newt? I seen him, after he's been on a bender, and this is way worse than that. He's not itching though.
Job makes chance for lots of good riches and treasures, and job also has a lot of risk.
Oh, I see.
It's
So how are we gonna help him?
Like I said, we have a contact that we're planning to go to next. We think she's going to be able to set his mind right.
Oh, okay. Can I go?
If you truly want to. I think having someone that he cares about close will actually be beneficial.
Okay. He seems a little surprised that you're gonna let him go, but excited at the same time. But he tries to hide immediately, and he kind of sidles up to Jeremiah and kind of takes his hand, which Jeremiah does grip back, but that's the only noticeable change.
So there's no like change on his face or any of that kind of stuff.
No, it's pretty just him kind of babbling and looking down. And then
Has
every once in a while
Jeremiah
he'll start.
looked at Ra at all? Or is there like a blank look on his face?
When there's new stimuli, he does seem to react and he kind of looks up, but it's almost like his eyes aren't really focusing on anything, even though he's responding to the stimuli. The lights are on, but nobody's home. It's kind of how it appears.
All right. Well, Ra, if you could just hold his hand and stay close. We'll keep you both safe.
I can do that. I'll help
Guess
keep
we
him
head
safe
out.
too. So you guys travel up to the restaurant district, to the Spicy Beetle shop. And you can see, like, as soon as you enter, you kind of see like the layout. You're kind of familiar with it, and you know where to find Lonnie. The Spicy Beetle shop is a sensory assault of burnt chili, bubbling grease, and the frantic energy of people who want to be somewhere else. The air is so thick, the smell of fried chicken, that it sticks to your clothes like soot. But today, the usual din of the lunch crowd is being drowned out by a high-pitched, rapid-fire argument coming from the back corner. Corner you're very familiar with. Lonnie is hunched over a table covered in stained napkins and overflowing ashtrays. His ink-stained fingers are waving wildly in the air. Facing him is a gnomish woman wearing a brass fretted headpiece and a coat with too many pockets. Her face is turning a vibrant shade of plum as she slams a heavy mechanical compass onto the table. "It's not a leak, Lonnie," she shrieks, her voice cutting through the steam like a whistle. "It's a compression. The pylons aren't falling, they're being forced to occupy the same metaphysical space as the surface. Your other place theories are lazy math." Lonnie lets out a bark of a laugh, his bloodshot eyes wide and manic. "Compression? You gnomes would try to measure a nightmare with a ruler. It's a door, you stubborn gearhead. The door that's been kicked off its hinges, and the draft is starting to freeze the soul of this city." He doesn't even look up as you approach, but he senses the weight of something dark entering his space. His voice drops to a jagged whisper, cutting right through the gnome's next retort. You're back, Lonnie mutters, his quill hovering over a napkin. And you brought the wrong kind of souvenirs. I can hear them humming from here. The gnome woman huffs, crossing her arms, glaring at the squad, waiting to see who's interrupted her debate. Mostly contained, you're standing in a cloud of spicy steam. What do you do?
Well, yes, we didn't bring everything that you were looking for, but we were hoping that you might be able to help this young man.
With the argument finally silenced, whether by a sharp word or a heavy hand or an uneasy invitation, the frantic energy of the spicy beetle feels suddenly claustrophobic. Lonnie quickly gathers his ink-stained napkins and scrolls, his eyes darting to Jeremiah, whose breathing has taken on a wet, rhythmic rattling that matches the vibration of the city's deep vents. Not here, Lonnie mutters, pulling his coat tight over his ink-splattered chest. There's an air here. It's too full of grease and gossip. We need a place that's mostly contained, truly contained. Somewhere with thick walls and a strong floor, because we pull that dark out of this man, gravity is going to become optional. The choice hangs in the air, cold and sterile. Iron of an interrogation room at Precinct 32, where the Watcher's authority provides a thin shield of safety, or the cluttered personal sanctuary of one of your own flats, where the prying eyes of the chiefs won't see the laws of reality being broken. Where do you want to take Jeremiah for an examination?
I would say the precinct.
I agree with that. More protection.
And oh, wait a minute! And he kind of rifles through some stuff. Before I forget, my dear, turning to Seraphe and handing over a folded-up newspaper, thought this might be of interest to you from our home city. And he hands you a folded-up newspaper. I'm gonna send it in the chat, probably.
Ooh, secrets.
Oh no.
Secrets.
Secrets. Let's see, will it let me? Yep. All right.
Oh no.
And then he kind of leans over and whispers to the squad, get her out of here. She sees the world as a blueprint, and we're about to set the blueprint on fire. If she sees what we do to Jeremiah, she won't just call the Watch, she'll call the High Inquisitor's logic. And he's talking about the gnome, who's kind of gotten really interested in what's going on. Her debate forgotten.
I'm gonna shuffle that quickly in my bag.
Okay.
So is Lonnie the guy or the girl?
The guy.
And the guy is who we came to see?
Yes. Lonnie is the nickname that he goes by. It's a shortened version of his full name.
Okay. So do we leave her here if we're going to go do this? I don't.
We take the L.
So she kind of like looks a lot of you over, looks at Jeremiah and Raw. What's wrong with him? She kind of gets up and her chair scrapes out. She starts trying to look him over.
Now, have we interacted with her before? Because I thought there was just one person here.
There is. He was in the middle of having a debate with someone you've never seen before.
Can I intercept her? Because we're about the same size, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, so I want to intercept her, and like, I'm hoping my team will know what I'm doing. And he begins basically like spouting gibberish about he's drunk. Turn to Newt. He is now Newt. Very Newt. And just like, you know, snaggle gibberish that is basically I want to give them a chance to like get away without her.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what they're doing.
My good man, that clearly is not a newt. That is a dwarf. A very sick-looking dwarf.
Why, yes, thank you. Snaggle is good man. Also is good lady. Nice gnome lady. Also is Newt. We need help, Newt.
I don't know if you know what that word means, or maybe it means something that you don't think it means. I'm not sure, but that's not a newt. That's a dwarf in a really dirty, gross sailor's outfit. Uniform, I should say.
No lady no speak kobold. Newt is obvious in kobold.
Rook's just gonna go up and add to the confusion. Just looks right at Snaggle. You're doing a great job, but little guy, you're doing a great job with your explanation. I don't understand why she doesn't understand. I get you, and just randomly just ignore her and just kind of randomly give him compliments.
Yes.
Just kind of make her even more confused, while everybody else dips out.
Yes.
Sirs, perhaps is newt something different in kobold? Is it a type of illness? Is it? And then she kind of like pulls out a handkerchief and holds it up in front of her mouth and her nose. Is it contagious?
Rook hears she calls sirs. He is very
She
respectful.
did. We might want to get out of here. She might be ill. I don't know. Ugh.
Oh no!
Maybe
Is
she's
gnome
new.
sick? Gnome lady sick? Gnome lady turn to a newt?
I am not
Ugh.
sick, but I might be able to help. I am a very established academic
Oh, then help
at the
by
Academy
study.
of Logic.
Study logic. Logic makes sense. Go study Newt, and when understands Newt, come back.
Well, if you have the newt, I could study the newt now.
what Newt?
Has the Newt?
The dwarf newt.
Lady no
Is it
understands.
dwarf Newt?
Rook.
No, I don't think so, little guy.
So while the two of them are running interference, Lonnie has gathered up his things and he's kind of like trying to move with Seraphe and Lucian. One of you guys give me a charm roll.
Do you want me to do that?
No, it's got to be one of those two because they're
right.
they're running the interference as they try and flim flam.
I got a 1. What do you got?
No. It's got to be either Rook or Snaggle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
Hopefully
said
Snaggle
Lucian
rolled better
or
than I
Snaggle.
did.
Oh gosh.
Would you roll,
Okay. Well, let me
Snaggle?
pull up my sheet. I have a. You said charm? I have a charm of -2, just so you know.
Oh,
Yeah. Do I have? Does my ability let me substitute that at all? I don't think so.
I forgot about that. I gotta
Infiltrating
take away
expert.
one.
Nope, it doesn't let me do anything with charm. So I'm just very bad at charm. I intentionally dumped charm when I made this character. For this reason.
Man, not that kind of spy.
Yes. Not the James Bond kind.
No.
In that case, I got a 3.
Nope.
Oh, 3? You got all what?
No, I already have a -1 because of my
Oh.
with social
Good.
interaction with biological creatures.
Oh.
Good news is
You get you get experience.
you got an experience.
Ooh.
Well, you might as well roll it up to Snaggle.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
You get double sixes.
3 boss 5. So 11 -2 is 9.
Okay, success with consequences. And you which symbol is showing?
The green one.
So you gain a talent.
Hey! I have
So-
one talent.
So the 5 of you make it out of the spicy beetle shop. You're able to kind of maneuver her in a way that obstructs her view using Rook, because he's so big and you guys are kind of small. So how are you two going to extract yourself once you know they're gone?
Oh, there's our consequence. What do you think, Tate? I want to give you the reins on this one.
I have no clue. Let me think here. Yep. Obviously, charm's not our thing, so I don't think any kind of deception's going to work on this one.
Fair. And I suspect if you punch her out in the middle of an open public, that's probably like frowned upon in some capacity.
I mean, we could just go pure chaos and like just call out something and throw a table at it, and just while in the mix of it, take off running.
Oh, like pull an Avatar where it's like, hey, riot!
Yeah, just throw a chair.
Just flip a table. And, what happened?
Are we doing that? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, then Snaggle will shout, "Bar fight!"
All right. So you guys do that. Give me a grit check.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna get so intense so quickly.
Okay.
Is this
That's
that
better.
move that lets us hold your bearings?
Yes.
Then I get to use precision instead. Which
Okay.
I will love to do.
I got 10 with double fives.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
I got double
you-
bosses, but they're the bad ones. And a one.
all right.
on
So
the-
you
One
gain
bad
one
boss, right?
corruption, one ether. Tate, you gain a talent, and you were able to expertly kind of maneuver your way through this spicy beetle shop fight you've just started. You guys just instigated. I mean, you probably catch a chair or some eatery or plates or something along the way at some point, but it doesn't phase you. You're so armored up. What was your total, Snaggle?
7 plus 2, so 9. I actually didn't do too bad.
So all right, yeah.
I got a 1 on the green, so I panicked.
Yeah. So you're gonna take a wound on your way out. And if you have any kind of protection, it'll absorb it.
Oh yay, I have my light armor, so that'll work.
Imagine Snaggle sees the food flying, he's gonna snag some of that up too.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like if there's like a piece of bread or like a dollop of soup or something that I can just like lick up on the way, I will totally do that. I don't care if it's on the floor.
I
or
feel
on the
like
wall.
a couple of bowls like that hit Rook in the back as he was going. There's like food like sloughing down his back. You can just like grab that on your way.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it's kind of to go at this point.
I think I was trying to catch food in my mouth and I ended up taking a bowl to the face.
Snaggle just jumps back on Rook's back and goes, "Run, snack!"
Yeah. So, All right, so you guys hear you guys hear a bit of a commotion from the inside of the beetle shop as you guys are moving away. You finally get back to the precinct and procure one of the interrogation rooms. That should work well enough for what you want to do with it.
Is it like a two-sided mirror scenario?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's a stone room with a table and chairs. The tables have rings set in them so that you can thread a pair of manacles through it. It's pretty plain. Yeah, the interrogation of techniques of this place is going to be a bit cruder. So as you guys enter the interrogation chamber with Lonnie, and the mood shifts from investigation to surgery. Lonnie clears a space, his hands shaking as he prepares fresh vial of blank ink and looks at Jeremiah. Then the squad, his expression grimmer than you've ever seen it.
Why so grim?
So he looks at you and taps a jagged line onto the table, his eyes reflecting the sickly light of the room. Jeremiah isn't just sick, he's been turned into a siphon. The preacher didn't just hurt him, he just replaced the man's soul weight with something heavy. If we don't move the weight soon, Jeremiah will snap, and whatever is inside him will use his skin as a suit to walk the streets of Haven. He points to your gear. His fingers kind of hovering over. An examination takes a while, so at this point, Rook and Snaggle are back. But he points and he kind of closes his eyes, and his finger kind of like hovers over in the direction of whoever is carrying the cultist dagger that you guys took earlier and the medallion. And he says, we need a vessel or vessels. You have two objects that have already tasted the influences of Jeremiah's soul's brand of rot. We can split the weight between the two. It's safer, keep the items manageable, but you'll end up with two tainted tools. Or he pauses, his voice dropping an octave. Or we pour it all into one. We create a singularity, one object of terrifying power that might actually be a match or made for whoever's behind this, but it will be a direct line pulling the strings to the other place. It won't be an item anymore. It'll be a heartbeat in the pocket. It'll always be hungry. And he kind of leans back, wiping from his brow. But there's a final catch. To open the door and move the rot, we need a harmonic lead. We need someone or something to duplicate the exact frequency of the cult's chant that they used in the ritual. It has to be perfect. Without it, the ritual is just a suicide pact. And also, what is it that you brought back with you? I can feel it, but I don't know what it is.
Do I know what we brought back?
Yeah, you guys have grabbed a dagger and a medallion.
Yeah, but they just he just pointed out the dagger and the medallion, so he knows about those.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know what they are. He just pointed in
okay.
direction on your persons where they are.
Okay. My apologies. So
yeah.
I think I've got the medallion. I think I would pull that out and urge whoever's carrying the dagger to pull that out. I look to the others. I'm all for putting it all into the dagger so that we have a weapon to use against them.
Already has weapon to use against. And Snaggle waves Magellan around very flippantly.
Yes, but there would be more power within the dagger.
Do I think this is true?
I don't know. Do you think it's true?
It's what he just said.
Right, but do I believe this guy? Is what I mean. Like this
Oh.
expert. Because I'm okay. Snaggle is definitely like a fool, but he's also kind of like crouching moron, hidden badass. So
Yeah.
like he does like actually pay attention.
Give me either awareness or an intellect.
Okay, I like awareness better between those two. Because that's a 2. That one's cocked. Oh, that's not great. So that's 3 plus 2, 5.
You gain XP. I mean, it
Yay.
seems to to you.
Okay.
And but also, like, as you're kind of like looking him over, trying to decide if you believe him or not, he notices you scrutinizing him.
Don't like
What?
that.
What?
And then I'll kind of like sniff at his pockets. Has had cheese recently.
Cheese? No, I was eating spicy beetles. That's why I go to the spicy beetle shop.
Oh. Should
It's literally
eat
right in the
cheese.
name.
Should eat cheese.
I mean, it might be good with cheese. I don't know. Cheese is hard to come by.
And shares with Snaggle.
Perhaps after we get through all of this, we can share a meal together. He smells more like ink and paper than anything, though.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch him like really closely, and if I think he's gonna do anything to hurt Jeremiah, I want to bite him.
Okay. So you want to put it all in the dagger, huh? All your eggs in one basket might be a prudent course. Perhaps it will give you a powerful weapon, but I warn you, it's a weapon that can cut both ways. What did I tell you guys about touching stuff?
I understand. But
What
I
does that
feel
mean both ways?
Well, he says that if we put the power all in a single item, it becomes a tether. So the other side is going to be aware of our presence, and they might be able to use that against us. Correct?
So we throw it over the side of the city?
I don't think it works that way.
Might be an option, but items like that have a way of finding their way to the unsuspecting. So we've settled that. We have our patient. We have the item to invest. There's only one thing we need now. We need to be able to match the frequency of the chant. Do you think maybe you can capture one of them occultists or something?
Or we can find that family that we ran into. There's a little girl that was singing what the cultists were singing.
That might work if she's attuned to them. That's disturbing, no?
No, I feel just about everything about this particular situation is disturbing.
Can I suggest an alternative? Like, out of character.
Sure.
Didn't Tate crit on trying to copy the little girl? Like, does Rook remember it? Because remember, he, like, bent down and was, like, trying to, like, mimic it, and he was...
Well,
being
he
funny.
was, but he was doing the machine noises.
Oh, okay, so...
And then as you guys were leaving, that's when she started doing the different chant, humming the different chant, the chant.
Oh, I see.
Which, I mean, like, you guys didn't think about it, anything of it at the time because you hadn't heard the chant yet from the cultists.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't only, it was after like all the excitement had died down. Like, oh, wait a minute. This wasn't the first time we heard that sound.
Okay. Does this world have recording devices?
Sort of, yes.
Like, do we have like the rotary, like you scratch a cylinder kind of
Well,
thing?
it would be more like, if you found like a gear right could probably produce something, or an Etherficer could produce something possibly. But it's not like I'm going to go to the corner store and pick it up.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I would like be able to find one in the trash and repair it or something.
But even still, you would still need someone to chant or hum the frequency into it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it'd be easier to like get the little girl to do the thing while we record it than to bring another child into this.
I like Seraphe's idea. I think we should go get the girl rather than trying to find a cultist. Like at that point in time, like, hey, there's cultists. Let's just kill all these cultists.
We might save them too, because they're in the sewers with those cultists,
That's true.
and they might not know. I mean, it'd be hard not to know, but
We haven't rested yet either, have we?
You have not.
So, like, how time sensitive is this? Because my thought is if we rest and bring them cookies as an offering.
I mean, we're going to do something because that mom was definitely not a fan of us.
It worked for Rawl.
She was definitely leery, for sure. But I mean, based on how they were, where they were and how they were outfitted, they're clearly scrappers, right? They delve into there, and they look for things that they can come away with and sell and recycle. But if you want to find them, you could probably take a rest. Is probably not a huge problem. Um,
What do you guys think?
I mean, if you really want to take a rest, I won't fight you on it. I would, if it were up to me, I would push and I would say let's get this guy saved sooner rather than later.
I defer to everybody else.
I don't think this can wait much longer. Because, like the elf said, if the time ticks, something's gonna come out of this guy's body or control his body, and then run amok. And right now, we have him in the precinct.
I personally not too sure what we gain from resting in this situation, since we're playing kind of a different system. I mean, I don't know what anybody else would benefit from it, but I'm fine with just moving forward.
how wounded is Snaggle?
Actually, only one. Because
Okay.
I licked my wounds and Seraphine had healed me last session. So
Yeah, if anybody needs any first aid healing, I can attend to that real quick
So I started at 1. I licked my wounds.
myself.
Then I took a 1 from a bolt to the face.
Man, I think I can handle minor wounds as well now, since I took Dave's suggestion of using the surgeon's bag as a tool. Or is that just for self?
I'll allow you to use it on others as well.
Okay.
Because isn't Lucian really hurt? That's my main like thought process. Is I thought Lucian was like really hurt at one point. Is that not true, Ted?
I mean, I don't know. I think we press on.
Do you need first aid?
Oh no, I'm good.
Well,
I'd like to take a closer look at him.
Ooh.
I don't buy it.
at
At
Lucian,
Lucian.
okay.
I got
What-
a couple. I got a couple of wounds, and my brain is a little fuzzy.
So I rolled a 10. So you can get, because I don't believe you. You get 2 wounds or insanity or 1 and 1.
I mean, do I make the choice or do you make the choice?
You make
You
the
can-
choice.
You can make the choice.
Okay. All right, I'll be down to 1 wound.
All right. So the dead ends are a maze of million faces, but you're looking for 3 specific ghosts: a woman with a necklace of ether filters, a twitchy boy in oversized goggles, and a girl that mimics the hiss and click of pipes. You saw them near the West Valve Junction, and you know the girl's hum matches the Colt's frequency. If you can find them, you might find the key to saving Jeremiah. If you don't, it just might be more fuel for whatever is going on. Question is, how do you want to track the family down that doesn't want to be found? Here are some options. You can retrace the steps in the works. You can head back down into the humid dark of the West Valve Junction. You didn't get their names, but you know their territory. You can search for physical signs they left behind, the specific rhythmic scraping of a heavy wrench against the pipes, or the small bare footprints of a child in the soot. It's the most dangerous route, but physical trail doesn't lie. Option 2, the silent survey. The people in the dead ends might not know their names, but they know the filter woman and her machine girl. You can go back to the street and levels and describe the family to the unhoused and the desperate. Someone saw where they nest when the steam gets too high. It's a game of whispers and bribes, but good descriptions is often better than a name. Option 3, the Scrapper's Code. Though you don't know her name yet, you can guess that she probably belongs to the Scrappers, the professional scavengers of the vents. You can seek out the Scrappers guild and describe the woman, the filter necklace. Scrappers are territorial. If someone is working the grease traps with 2 kids, other professionals know about it. You'll have to speak their language to get them to talk, but the intel is spot on, unless you guys want to provide a different option.
I'm good with option 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 sound good.
All right, back into the dead ends. Talk to some dead enders.
I don't know the scrappers lingo, but so maybe option 2 is the best, but that's just my thought patterns.
I'm good either way. I'm not very sociable, as I proved earlier.
So
All right, let's do option 2 then. We'll go look for somebody and describe the girl in the necklace.
all right. How do you want to go about that?
I mean, if we're at the precinct, before we set out, knowing that this is our goal, what do the dead enders need the most? Is it chits? Is it food? Like, what's their hardest?
Well, I
lock?
mean, chits can always buy what what you're looking for, but also but then food and general supplies are good as well. But also, like that a lot of times you're dealing with people that are pretty desperate. They have other issues other than just lack of resources many times, where it's whether it's mental health or addiction. Um, so you give them chips, they're gonna spend it on whatever they're gonna spend it on. Bring them supplies and tangible things. They might sell it and take that and get whatever they can, or trade it for whatever they can, or they're going to use the resource that you give them.
Is there anything that like is commonplace here at the precinct that like we could pick up as, oh, this is supplies for our case that we can use here?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably, there's going to be like a cafeteria, break room area where you could probably scrounge up some things, or you guys could always just pick up stuff, from a market.
So I mean, I'm good for seeing what we can scrounge here. That would be faster, so that we could get out there and find this girl faster rather than going to a market and buying specifics. If that makes sense.
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
would
so
like
it's
to-
it's going to be less desirable stuff, but nothing. It's still good. It's going to be more like hardtack type stuff, or possibly some kind of like snack stuff that's been around.
I was thinking like like, are there any kind of like emergency blankets or first aid supplies, as well as kind of some portable foodstuffs?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely get that kind of stuff. Like emergency stuff.
I'd like to go to the
All right, so,
cafeteria and get a bag of food, like a potato sack of just whatever is there, and it's all gonna
Okay.
be mixed together. And I just want, like, it
Are
might,
you gonna
it
be
might
dragging
like,
said
dripping.
potato sack?
Yes,
like,
I'm going to
'cause
lug it. Like
It's gonna be
Santa
as big
Claus.
as you, right?
Yes. I'm gonna be Santa Claus, but of cafeteria food, and it might
Well,
like
nothing
leak
like,
a trail of liquid behind me, but that's okay.
Nothing like your cookies mixed with your insect parts.
And scrambled eggs.
Hmm.
All right, so we'll basically do a quick jaunt, grab what we can. Okay, guys, 15 minutes break. Meet here,
Mhm.
and then we rush ahead to go. To head out to the dead ends.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, just like before, there's all kinds of people that are kind of around, milling about, doing their thing. You gotta kind of like catch the eye of an old guy that is kind of sitting inside of his tent, cross-legged, and he seems to be mending or stitching something, like clothes or a blanket, perhaps. And then as soon as he sees you guys, kind of see that he kind of notices you, then he kind of like looks away. And, pretends to focus on what he was doing.
I'll walk over. Excuse me, sir. Can I have a moment of your time?
Me? What do you want with me? You need something mended?
Not exactly. We were in here a short while ago, and there was a young girl with her mother. And I will describe the people and the necklace as best as possible. We're trying to locate her. Do you happen to know who they are? Where they might be able to be found?
Are they in some kind of trouble?
As bizarre as it might sound, no, they're not in any trouble. We actually need the young girl's help.
Like everyone
Sure.
here, he seems, kind of on edge and very wary. Someone's gonna have to give me a charm to try and soothe him.
Uh,
And question: you brought supplies? Are you some way using them? What are you doing?
Do you want me to pull out a blanket to give him and use charm?
Sure.
So if you offer him something, you can roll with karma, which just means you roll all 3 dice and you take the 2 best rolls.
Jezi, you're muted if you're talking.
Sorry, I had to get back to my Zoom. Okay, I have a double 6. Green showing,
Right.
so I get talent. And then plus my charm is 2, so 14.
Woo!
All right. So you got doubles.
Yes, I
So
got
that's
double
another
6.
talent, and you crit it. So that's a 3rd talent.
Oh boy. Okay.
Seraphine's popping off.
This is. It may not be fancy, but this is well made. This is useful. And they're not in any kind of trouble.
I promise you they're not. Jeremiah was Jeremiah from the Dead Ends as well.
Yeah.
It's actually, again, you might not believe, but we're trying to save someone from the Dead Ends. Are you familiar with Jeremiah?
That grumpy old junkie.
He's in.
I think he knows who he is.
He's into it a bad way, and we think this girl can help him.
He gives you a bit of a perplexed look. Well, I mend their city clothes. He says in their flat. It's near the clock tower district, not here in the slums.
So they don't live here in the ends.
No, but they pass through here when they go scrap him.
All right, well,
And he says something very specific that you may or may not understand what that is. He mentions their city clothes.
what is that? Does that mean like they wear junkier stuff to come here and scrap, and then they've got better stuff that they wear elsewhere?
Well, I don't know if it's better per se, but more suited to mingling amongst the other citizens of Haven, where their gear they wear down here is, functional and also not as nice. I mean, their other clothes aren't like fancy or anything, but wouldn't hold up down here as well. I think it's more so that they can blend in when they're not scavenging.
Do you happen to know
Maybe
their names?
they wear their scavenging clothes to blend in with scavengers. With the scrappers. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but they definitely have 2 different sets of clothes. One's for in the works and one for outside the works.
So they have a place over by the clock tower.
They do.
Well, Straggle, could you give him something from your satchel there?
Oh yes, find something good. And he sticks his entire, like, half of his body in the sack and just starts rummaging around. And this is like, if this was a live action show, Snaggle is actually a Muppet. And he comes out with probably some kind of, I don't know what they had at the precinct, like a bagel or a pastry or something, but it's definitely covered in wet other things. And he will, like, very, like, gingerly, like, take the man's hand and set the wet pastry in it, and then, like, close his fingers around it, and says, also be very careful of cultists that roam streets and try kidnap people and make them zombies. Worse than Newt. And he will describe the cultists to him.
First and foremost, he's very happy and grateful for the pastry, even if it is wet, because it is food and edible and relatively fresh, to be honest with you, compared to what he's used to. So that doesn't bother him at all. So he takes it gratefully, and then he looks confused because he has no idea what you're talking about. I think you said be careful of the strangers. I'll do that.
And tell
Yes,
friends.
Straggle's a bit of an odd one. Thank you very much for the information.
So
And with that,
you guys kind of like have a general idea of where to go now. And like he can essentially like give you an address.
right?
But
right.
you can also try and acquire more intel if you want to.
So I'll head towards the the clock tower, towards where this address is. And then we'll try and be on the lookout to see if we see them. But at the same time, like if I see anyone that looks reputable, I'll try the same thing and give a description of the girl and the necklace and see if we might be able to narrow it down further.
Can I keep
What do
an eye
you
out for
consider
the
reputable down here?
Well, this isn't the dead ends. This is the clock tower, right?
Oh, okay. You want to ask around there?
Yeah.
I feel like anybody but you probably would be like they're probably not dressed like that when they are in the district where their house is. Like your description is going to fall short.
Well,
Now-
I would describe, a young girl, the mother, a necklace.
Yeah. Same thing. I feel like the other three of you will probably realize that, like, oh, they're probably not dressed like that, even with the necklace, the necklace, when they are outside of their scrapping. So, but I also feel like Lucian may not understand that just because of where he comes from and what he's used to dealing with.
What about a girl that makes robotic noises and doesn't talk?
Yeah, that would probably be a little bit easier in describing their features and stuff. But I guess what I'm asking is like, are the first time like Lucian stops someone and asks about the mom and the necklace, are any of you going to kind of point out to him like probably not going to be useful?
I will explain it in common elf.
Well, do you wish to take charge then, Seraphe?
Oh no, I would hate to take the honor away from you.
That's no problems, no honor. We're trying to save a man's life. I don't I'm not so full of myself that if someone can do a better job, that I wouldn't allow them to do so.
Now, I would focus on asking about the girl. Because that's going to be more different here.
Okay.
More unique.
So give me a charm.
Do you want me to do it or you want to do it?
You're honestly going to be better at it. I mean, I could assist.
You insist. Okay,
No,
so
I said I could assist.
Oh, you could assist. Okay.
Now, also, so like, is if we're talking about assisting, right?
Yeah.
I think the biggest assistance would be like if someone was able to point out who the better people to talk to were. Someone that's going to have more of a sense of like the street instead of just grabbing like a rando.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, Serafe or Snaggle would probably have a better feel for the pulse of the city and civilization.
Sure.
Maybe, but right now, Snaggle's actually keeping an eye out around us because
Uh-huh.
last time he noticed a cultist. So he is like, and we're asking about somebody that knows their champ. So my focus as Snaggle is looking around and like looking for cultists or people that are paying too much attention to what we are doing.
So for assisting, I have a 9 with doubles.
Okay. I have a 10, but it's originally an 8 with double 4s.
Okay, so
I also rolled double 4s.
Lucian gains an Aether, and grants a +1 to Serafe, who gains a talent because you succeeded. So you spot a vendor, right? A fruit vendor. That probably stakes out this place fairly often. And matter of fact, Lucian probably pointed them out and goes, "Hey, you know what? If they're selling wares here all the time, then they probably see who comes in and out. Maybe they would know something." And so you approach the vendor, and they are very interested in talking to you because they want to sell you fruit.
I mean, how much is the food? Is it pricey?
Well, I mean, there's only so much fruit we can grow here in the city. 2 chits,
Is it
which is the
fresh?
lowest. Chits are the lowest denomination.
Is the fruit
If
fresh, Dave? When I look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, it looks like it was probably picked today.
I would imagine this is a big deal for elves. For fruit. Unless we're
Yeah,
not
you
as-
have not seen an actual tree since you've left Fallcrest.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll buy some fruit if it's gonna get the guy talking.
All right, so you spend a couple chits, grab some fruit, and what do you say, Serafe? How are you inquiring about the family?
I'm gonna ask if they've seen the girl. She she doesn't speak, but she mimics oh.
Makes like clockwork noises for fun.
Yeah.
All right, I think Bobby has to hide in a bunker for a minute. or ever. I don't know how this works. All right, Bobby, do what you need to do. We'll continue on. Don't go to Oz. So, oh yeah, she's a little cutie, but it's a shame. They they do come by here pretty often. They're really nice. Like the
Well, they're not in any trouble or anything. We just they can actually help us with something.
well, that's good. That's good to know. And then she kind of like realizes you guys are the watch all. Uh, it didn't really register right away. Oh, trouble? They're not in trouble.
No, not in
Not
trouble.
They, they, they do. They do come here and buy fruits, but they tend to buy more than they need. Um, I think they take it to the dead enders, or one of the other places where people don't have stuff, and I think they give it out. You know, it's their name is the Veins Hiffs.
Do you know, like, maybe which corner of residential buildings they come from?
And she kind of points. Oh yeah, they come out right there and like points across the street. But yeah, they come by and grab some fruit from me almost every day. I don't know where. I'm not exactly sure where they take the extra, but
Did they come in today?
yeah. I mean, they pretty much come by every day.
Interesting. Do you ever see them returning home, or is it only you see them in the earlier part of the day?
Oh, I'm usually sold out by the time they come back, I guess. So usually I only see them in the morning. They set out pretty early. I'm here pretty early.
Well, perhaps we should stake out the place and wait for their return.
All right, so right around dusk or so, you know, probably a good like 8 or 10 hours from sunup. Not that's how long you guys have to wait, but
Right.
you know, is seems like would be like a shift, and you see three figures moving. Up the street and heading towards the building. And the motherly looking one seems to be wearing a drab, sensible wool, a laundress or a factory clerk. The eldest son is wearing what looks like any other lanky apprentice running errands for guilds. So yeah, pretty plain, almost like work clothes. And then the small child is in a clean pinafore, and you see her kind of like every once in a while she'll cough and hide it behind a polite hand. But this is clearly them, but they're dressed very different. They're cleaned up. And wearing, you know, just regular clothes that you would not wear down into the works.
So when they come into view, I will stride, confidently towards them, but non-aggressively.
So you instantly notice when the mother sees you, she kind of like stiffens. Um, but quickly like kind of makes herself relax and pretends to like not notice you as she's kind of like ushering the kids towards the door.
I'll intercept and I'll say excuse me, ma'am, can we have a moment of your time?
Sure. Is there a problem?
Um, there is. It's nothing you've done wrong. You know, neither you or we are trying to help out a citizen here in town. And in order to do so, this is going to sound strange, but the thing your daughter was saying this morning is part of a ritual chant that we need it said so that we can help this man.
So, the older son looks like he's ready to bolt. It just has that wary look to him. While the girl kind of looks excited when she sees Rook and kind of ambles over to him and begins, making the machine noises. To the mother's dismay, where clearly she obviously does not want the extra attention. I don't know. We're just a simple family. I'm not sure how we could possibly help you with watch stuff. I mean,
Honestly, it shouldn't be too much of your time. I don't know what what you feel your time is worth. But we're talking about trying to save a man's sanity.
we're just simple folk. Like, what are we gonna do to
I,
save someone's sanity? And then she's
I
kind of like
don't.
looking around. You're like, people are starting to watch and look, uh, as the watch is clearly like engaging this family. Can we talk somewhere else?
Wherever you feel comfortable.
And we're not in trouble?
I guarantee you, you're not.
All right. I guess come in. I mean, we don't have a lot, but we could probably offer you something.
There's no need to offer us anything.
Okay. She kind of ushers you guys into this like tenement building, and takes you guys up to one of the mid floors, and pulls out a key and opens it up. Um, and it's just a really plain, nondescript flat. There's a living space. There is like a kitchen eatery slash place, a washroom and a bedroom. There's a table with 3 chairs around it. I guess have a seat. Can I get you something to drink or something to eat?
No, that's not necessary, and I'll look to the others, not speaking for them.
Oh, only if you have it readily available. We don't want to impose.
Sure, I could put some tea on.
So while after she gets the water going for tea.
And then like in the meantime, the little one is kind of like marching around Rook, like almost like walking around like a robot, like pretending to be a robot or a machine. And the mother's like, Pips, leave him alone. I'm sure the officer doesn't want to be bothered by you. I'm sorry. She's been like this for a while. One day she just, I don't know what she saw, but she just stopped talking.
There's no need to apologize. I think it's cute. As Rook will just mimic her little beeps and boops back to her.
Which, she seems super ecstatic about. Well, that's Pips, and this is my son, Callan, and then I'm Martha. So what do you need us to do?
It's a pleasure to meet you. I don't know where your daughter heard something in order to be able to mimic. But this morning when we crossed paths with you, your daughter was mimicking a ritual chant that was sadly keeps being used on some of the residents of the dead end, and it's sadly resulted in a handful of deaths. We were able to stop a ritual from happening this morning, but the one who we saved, his mind is not right. So we have found Lonnie, is he an Aether user, a psyker?
He's a scholar.
He's a scholar?
I mean, he seemed to have some ability because he did sense the objects, but
so we found a healer that we are hoping can restore his mind, and this scholar has told us in order to reverse the process, he needs someone that can do the chant, and rather than try to hunt down this cult, we are hoping that your daughter would serve in its stead. From the little bit that we've done an investigation, we know that you are the kind of folk who like helping others, and it is with this that I'm seeking your aid.
All right, so Lucian is engaging Martha. Pips is kind of like, in front of Rook, and like she seems to be trying to mimic your motions and your sounds. When Lucian mentions the chanting, her eyes light up a little bit and she looks at Rook, and she tugs on your arm and starts to she's trying to pull you towards the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing, right? Pips? Why do you keep bothering that nice man? And she kind of says, unsure. What is Seraphe doing?
I am very dignifiedly, or whatever the word would be, sipping a good cup of tea as I sit back, and I might have also handed the child cookies. Just kind of slipped them. Sugar them.
Which one, the teenager or the little girl?
Both. They would accept them, I would give them.
Yeah, both of them will definitely accept the cookies. The girl just stuffs them in one of her pockets and the teenagers begin scarfing them down. Um, so she leads you to the doorway and then kind of motions for you to wait there. And you see her kind of rummage through some like bedding, and then she pulls something out and she comes back and she's got this big smile on her face and she's doing the chant thing and holding up a doll that seems to be made of the fungus. And as she kind of chants, it glows faintly.
Oh. And where did you find this thing?
She just continues chanting at you happily. And and then she's like making the doll move around like a robot.
I love this kid.
Can I have it?
She kind of gives you a look, makes a like a steam sound, and then tentatively hands it over.
Thank you.
When she stops chanting, it stops glowing.
Huh. Would you look at that? Can I show my friends this?
She shrugs her shoulders
You're so
and makes a
helpful.
clock sound. Tick tock, tick tock.
And I'm going to head back in with the fungus doll and show the others.
Yeah, it's like
So-
the half the size of like a Cabbage Patch doll, and it actually isn't constructed. It's constructed fairly decently. It's slightly creepy looking.
But I'm gonna show him the doll, and then I'll explain to him how, as she was humming the chant, it started to. You said glowed, or just moved around.
Glow. She was
Glow,
moving
okay,
it
yeah.
around.
Yeah, that's okay. I thought I heard you right. Yeah, I'll explain that it glowed as she was mimicking the chant. See if we can maybe try to figure out where she got it from. Maybe that leads the right direction, or
So
Yeah, so-
I'm talking with the mobs. I don't know if you bring this out to me or whether you just go to the other two.
feel like I probably would go start with Seraphine and Snaggle, just so not directly show the mom because she's already kind of on edge about her girl, her little one. But we'll show Seraphine.
I'm going to try to make a hand motion at Lucian to get his attention, to look over at Rook without, being too obvious.
So I'll look over and I'll see that there's a fungus doll.
Yeah, ugly, creepy fungus doll.
It's a garbage pail
It's,
kid.
Yeah.
So what is the girl doing as he's showing this thing around?
She's kind of just looking on inquisitively. She's just seems more curious than anything. She seems to really like Rook for some reason, maybe because they make some of the same sounds.
Well, he played with her, and that's what kids are always going to remember. Like, oh, there's an adult that did the things that I do. I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to, whatever. So when I say, when I told her, basically exactly what we needed her daughter for, and called on the fact that it's like, hey, we know you like to help people. Here is a way that you can help this person. What is it going to take to get you the help?
Is it dangerous?
Honestly, she's, I'm just going to need her to and you're welcome to come with, but to come down to the precinct where the man is. We've got a room set up, and we're just, you know, I'll stand between your daughter and this man, uh, protect her with my life if need be, but it shouldn't be dangerous at all.
I mean, if it's not dangerous and it's going to help. And then she kind of looks over and notices that that ugly thing. Oh, I thought we got rid of that. She always finds it, no matter what we do with it. Thing is so ugly. I don't know where she got it. I don't know which one of the folks down at the dead ends gave it to her. I mean, it was a nice gesture and all, but the thing is so goddamn ugly. But she loves it. I don't know why.
So, did we find out that like that that the fungus is like ether reactive?
Yes.
Was it dangerous?
Well, it reacted to the ether and took the ethermantic energies and corrupted them, turning them to something else.
I will try to as calmly explain to the mom that that thing might be potentially dangerous as carefully as possible. And that it corrupts Aether. Do I need to roll?
I don't know. I mean, not to just convey information. And she's like
I don't
taking
want
it
to
in.
freak her out, but
So you can like see the wheels turning in her head, like how do I get this thing away from my daughter without her freaking out? Because she's already got enough issues.
So I'll look down to Pips. Do you like this thing because it's a dolly?
Shakes her head emphatically.
What if we got you a different dolly? Would you trade?
She seems to be weighing it. Who's got the doll right now?
Rook.
So
I
she's-
haven't let it go.
She reaches for the doll.
Then I hand it back to her.
So she kind of like
It's
hugs it to her
hand it.
chest and begins humming the chant again, and kind of like rocking back and forth. And she's got like this like very like placid, happy look on her face.
This chant, do I sense like Aether being summoned? Like, do I feel like she's like, even if she's not an Aethermancer, is she having this doll and doing this chant? Is this siphoning Aether from around us into the doll?
Give me a channel ether roll. So just will as you kind of open your senses.
That is going to be a 10 with doubles.
All right, so you gain talent. Yeah, she's definitely drawing in a very small amount. And you're not entirely sure if it's because of the doll that she's able to draw it in, or if the doll is reacting because she can draw it in.
All right, so that's definitely got me a little nervous. So I'll get down to her level, and I'll say, so what do you think? If we let you pick out a new doll, Will you trade this one?
So she picks up like this like a buzzing sound, like almost like a stop work kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of gives you a sour look.
Is there
That means no.
something else you want? I don't think this style is good for you.
The teenager comes over and just yanks it out of her hands. And she begins making it like a chirping sound at him, like a cricket. And you know, she's trying to get it back from him, and he's just kind of like hand on her forehead. You're not helping, Killeen. You're not helping. Let's. You said your friends at the precinct.
Yes.
Maybe we can figure out a way to distract her and get it away from her. Either there or on our way there.
So I'll look to Pips again. The little chant that you've been doing. We have a friend who needs some help. And if you do this chant, it has a chance of helping him.
So when you say
will.
that, she turns the doll around and holds it by the arms, so it's facing her and she's facing it, and begins doing the chant and like, you know, kind of like a ring around the rosies kind of motion.
Will you come with us and help?
She nods enthusiastically. Tucks the doll under her left arm and grabs Rook by the hand and starts
Well,
making
then,
the whirling and hissing sounds of machinery happily. So you guys are able to, after you finish your tea, get them to go down to the precinct with you. Where you'll find, in the room, you find Jeremiah and Lonnie, as well as Raw.
Is Ross still there?
Yeah, he's kind of watching Lonnie like a hawk.
All right, sir. We've found someone that can replicate the chant, and I look past. You know, and it's not any of us. No, it's not the woman. Did the teenager come, or did he stay home?
Yeah, he came along.
And
The
I'll kind
trio
of like
seemed to be a package deal.
I'll kind of guide, Pips to the front. This is Pips. This is her mother and brother. What is just so that everyone understands, what is the expectation here as we try to help Jeremiah?
So when you come back, Jeremiah is actually laid out on the table now, and you're not sure where they got them, but they got some like pillows and blankets and stuff. And around the table, Lonnie has already begun sketching out things on the floor. And well, we're going to need to go. We're going to need your ethermancy to guide the ritual as well as well, he's kind of looking you guys over, points at Snaggle. I got a job for you, especially if you're using the dagger. You're gonna have to wind the strands. You're gonna have to help pull the strands out, looking at Lucian. The child is going to have to harmonize the frequency of the chant in order to allow the strands to break free and pull out of Jeremiah.
Well, I was asking more along the lines of I've made a promise to Pips's mother that we would keep her safe. How do we ensure that she will be in no danger?
He arches an eyebrow at you that says volumes. Like, this process is not without risk. And he clearly is smart enough that he doesn't want to freak out anybody.
Sure.
In particular, the mother. We can do our best to protect the child and guide them and guide any particular ill effects away from them.
I will serve as whatever barrier, if need be.
So
You can block the mystical barrier. I'll block any physical barrier.
I mean, you're looking at Rook. Obviously, I think I know your role in this group fairly easily to assess. Lucian, you're an fellow academic and an ethomancer. I can feel it coming off of you. Looks to Snaggle. Well, his kind tend to be rather sly and sneaky and often overlooked to the detriment of others. So I think he's going to be deft with winding the dagger. I feel something different coming off of you, young lady. What is your role here?
I will use my telekinesis and pick something up with my mind.
Ah, psychic, I see. Perfect. Well, Lucian, I will guide you through the ritual. Seraphe, you will also be able to assist containing psychic energies as well as helping to shield and harness the child's frequencies. Rook, you offer a very interesting prospect. I can see the child has a fondness for you. You can either serve the ritual by comforting the child as she performs the harmonization, or as someone who's been very etherfeist, you could also open up your core to Lucian and help power the ritual. Both might be a bit rough at the same time. But guys don't have to decide that right now because it is basically 10:30 and this seems like a great place to stop. We'll pick up next week with you guys attempting the ritual. And with that, I want to thank everyone who's been hanging out and watching. Obviously, thank my players for playing. And with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.